Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of All the Mods 10 Modded Minecraft, where last time we got antimatter all sorted out. It is continuously generating, and I even have it linked from the mining dimension to this dimension, so that way I don't have to worry about, like going back and forth, back and forth. I hooked up a little quantum ring right here, so that way I can just access that dimension whenever. I may move this, I don't know yet, but for now it's just going to sit in this connex. But that's not what today's episode is about. Today, I want to get into another mod, since as we've pretty much finished with Mekanism. We haven't finished fully. Here's what we're going to be getting into, but if we look at Mekanism, we've just about finished everything in here. Got a lot of things checked off. There's a couple things that aren't. All of these down here, this over here, this over here. Yeah, there's just a few things that aren't checked off. Same with Mekanism reactors. There's a few things that aren't checked off, especially the mecha suit stuff. But we gotta wait for the mecha suit to build up enough antimatter pellets to get that all done. So in the meantime, we are going to be working on Just Dire Things. Now, this is a newer mod, and it's from Direwolf 20, and it's a mod I've never actually played with. I've had it in other packs, I've just never actually played with it. So to start off, it looks like we're going to need this Primogel goo. Added by JDT, and requires basic overworld materials to craft. Unlocks ferrocore and primal coal. Goo example. Okay, so if we get started, we just dire things. Primal. Primal goo. Pretty easy to make. Click on the block with its food to activate. What is its food? So, coal for that, or spreading recipes. Interesting. Okay. So let's just... I'm over here on the automation platform because I know for the most part that this is going to take up a little bit of space, and it actually is going to be automated. Okay, so this takes sugar or rotten flesh. Sugar or rotten flesh. Now, sugar is easy because we have that automated. Can I use this? There we go. Okay. Now, coal blocks. We can set these all around this guy. And we should see them start transforming. Yep, there we are. You can actually physically see them transforming. But from what I understand, especially on the early tiers, it's gonna take a minute for this to spread. All right, that did indeed take a whole minute to actually transform, but we now have primal coal. And that should, yep. Now I'm wondering if we need to break this into, like, if we need a fortune pick or not, because no actual quest. Yeah, I think we need a, yeah, primal goo. Okay, and then ferrocore is from iron. But yeah, I think this needs to be broken with a fortune pick. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I still have one somewhere. There we are. We can then break it. And yep, it turns into primal coal. What does this do? Makes a primal coal block and machine settings, and basically is just another form of coal. Okay, interesting. Is a new material added by JDT. Primal coal is acquired by performing Goose Spread. Primal coal is affected by fortune. Okay, cool, interesting. Blaze Ember. Well, it looks like we can get into Blaze Bloom goo, but let's now try with iron. Okay, that seemed to go a little bit quicker than the coal did. But now we should get raw ferrocore. And that has completed raw ferrocore, I'm assuming. Yeah, we gotta go cook this guy up. Thankfully, we have a super smelter right here. Just throw that in there, and it went very quickly. Raw ferrocore. Quest complete. New material acquired by performing goo spread on iron blocks using tier 1 goo or higher. Oh, tier 1 or higher. Okay. So this is tier 2, 3, and 4. As I'm assuming, because it went down and then over. So we need now this. Blaze is used from primal goo. Okay, so we could literally just skip. And this is used from that to this. And then this. We're gonna have to figure out how to get... Oh, is that really? Really? Growth 5 minutes, but, you know, that's still a pretty easy way other than doing this or going to an ancient sitting and getting one of those shriekers. But it seems pretty easy to go through the things. Now, the whole reason we're kind of going through this is we want... Actually, I should be able to show you here. The Paradox Machine. This is used in this recipe for the pulsating black hole. That's easy enough to get. I actually have already made one of those. That's from Oratech. We can get that going. Yeah, so... And then this actually is easy to get too. So we're working on this guy, the Paradox Machine. So we need to get time crystals, eclipse alloys, time crystal blocks, and time fluids. And all of these are through Just Dire, doing different means and methods. So yeah, we just got to keep setting up each little automation, I guess. Okay, so I've been playing around with this a little bit, trying to figure out if there's ways to like automate the material source, and the modular router does actually work if you use an activator module. So that's fun. I also went and got a fortune pick instead of using the actual fortune pick I had before. Hello, oh, laggy. This one, instead of using this one, I got me another Awakened Supremium one and just got better fortune on this. Actually, this is fortune 7, the other one was fortune 3. So I'm just collecting a little bit more ferrocore, and I did check out the simple clicker, and it does activate like the modular router for placing the blocks, but it's not like... It has more options, like it targets certain things. And you can choose left click, right click, hold click, you know, but you can't... Oh wait, you can. Sneak click, show fake players, yeah. It is interesting. It's a little bit better than that guy, but at the same time, it's only a use case scenario where this provides multiple uses. Hence, you know, oh, I'm on the wrong platform. Hence why I use them all over there. But it does work out, and I can actually use this to automate this as well with one block. But for now, I'm just going to leave it as is, because I do kind of want to have the advanced version to see how much better it actually is. So I've let it run its paces a little bit, and now I kind of want to upgrade this guy to the next level, which is pretty dang easy, but we're only going to get one for now. I'm not going to waste that one just in case. Place this guy down, and he's going to want probably nether wart or blaze powder. Watch. Blaze powder. Blaze powder. Now, no, nether wart. It's not going to... redstone would have been better, because my redstone supply is dwindling. Oh, I know why my redstone supply is dwindling. My guys over there, my generators, they're starting to eat through it pretty well. But we got a ton of blazes, and we can make blaze powder. So if we do this, it's now active. And this, I did not mean to do that. This takes blaze gold, new material added, spread on gold blocks, or is affected by fortune, grants intrinsic ability of lava repair to tools and armor. Lava repair repairs tools. So this blaze ember, spread on primordial coal blocks. Okay, so it's just tearing up the coal. Okay. So yeah, we want the coal block. We can make 4 of these guys. We can actually see how this does. Okay, that seemed like it went a little bit faster than the other time. So let's go ahead and break that boy down. And I used Silky instead of Fortune. Cool. I need to rebind that shaders tat button. All right. And there we go. Got 14 from 4. That's a little over triple. So blaze embers, they're just another type of coal block. And then gold. We're actually still mass producing gold over here. Like, I had steel going, now I had gold going down there. So we actually have tons of gold. So let's see how this one does. Okay, that didn't take too terribly long. And now with my fortune pick, 13. So again, just about triple. So raw blaze gold turns into blaze gold ingots. And what is this used for? It's... Oh, an up... Oh no, simple fuel generator. Okay, different machine. Advanced portal gun. Okay, we can make the portal guns with this stuff, which is, of course, just another Just Dire Things thing. A Totem of Death Recall. It doesn't have a use, but I'm assuming it's just like a Totem of Undying, but I don't know. Inventory holder, simple swapper. Some upgrades for other stuff. Polymorphic catalyst. Okay, so that's going to be used later on. Drop in water. Oh, this makes the portal gun. So we can actually make portals anywhere we want with this. And I should not have gone out of this. But here we are. Some armor. Drive upgrade. Some interesting stuff. Experience holder. This is actually something I'm probably going to want, but we'll see, because the one I'm using up there is nice, but this one might be a little bit better from what I've seen. So yeah, I'm going to turn more of this gold into blaze gold, and then we'll get rocking on the next tier. Alrighty, I got myself quite a bit of blaze gold to keep me in buffer. So I think we should go ahead and, oh, excuse me, upgrade this guy to the Void Shimmer Goo. So this guy's probably gonna want either Dragon's Breath or Ender Pearls. Let me guess. Oh, Chorus Fruit or Ender Pearls. Okay. How are we on Chorus Fruit? 80,000 and Ender Pearls? 90,000. So probably gonna use Ender Pearls because that's a little bit cheaper. And then this, yep, we get one free. And then Celesti Gems, I'm assuming, are from diamonds, yep. And then more of the coal. So let's see, I need diamond blocks, and we are, not gonna lie, running a lot lower than I'd like. But that is because I did go ahead and make the 5 times diamond block, and I put it up in that chest, which while that's doing that, let's go check that out. So this is our All the Mod Star box. We're putting all the things to make the All the Mod Star in here, and there you go, 4 times diamond blocks. So yeah, it was 6,000 blocks of diamonds right there. But yeah, this is everything so far we've gotten. So yeah, we've got one full item. This is the Creative Essence, but we're still missing a lot of other things. But once we get this guy, we'll have another thing. But this is just about done, so might as well just sit here and watch it complete. All right, we got some Celesti Gems. Break those down. Celesti Gem. Now it looks like these stay as they are, and these actually make the advanced tier stuff. Do we... Okay, we don't actually. Okay, cool. So we don't have to smelt these out. They are just like diamonds, and they just run as is. But now, how do we make this into the next... Oh, right, Skull Shriekers. Probably should get this going, shouldn't I? Yeah. Alright, let's collect up some of this stuff and get the Skulk Shriekers on craft, and yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've gone ahead and automated a couple of the things. Setting it all up, like, myself was getting a little frustrating, and, you know, only having one of the Void Shimmer Goo was kind of slow. So I've got 6 things of Void Shimmer at the moment, creating all the different types of stuff we need for Just Dyers. So if we actually open this instead of the other, if we look, I've got about 600 Void Flame Coal, which that was because I wasn't what's the word, limiting how much actual coal we were getting in. So I limited it. If we look behind here, you can actually see I have some level emitters, and it's set to 320. So yeah, we're now limiting it, and they're all set to 320 for all the different things. So this one makes the primal coal, this one makes the blaze fuel coal, and this one makes the void, yeah, the void flame coal. And then up here we've got the ferrocore, the blaze gold, and the Celesti Gems. Except I think it's backwards. I think that's, yeah, that's the ferrocore, blaze gold, Celesti Gem. Right? I'm not dumb, am I? Yeah. So iron, gold, diamonds, iron, gold, diamonds. So those are all automated now. And after doing a little bit of research into the paradox matrix, because it's kind of paradoxal on how to make the time crystals and the time crystal blocks, we actually need this, the budding time crystal block. So you can take a time crystal block and put it up next to some shadow pulse goo and it'll turn into a budding. Or you can take a budding amethyst and put it up next to a shadow pulse ghoul. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So we gotta go get a couple of these budding amethysts, but then we also need to get shadow pulse goo, which is this, which means we need even more void shimmer goo. Yeah, and more skulk shriekers, but I did go ahead and get those automated. So we should see we have what? Well, I'm dumb. I forgot to activate this to always active. So now that it's always active, now this guy will actually send out these skulk triggers. That's annoying. I don't know what's going on with this guy. He does not want to work. Like, I went in here and I clicked on the you can see the item thing, can't right here because of the pot, but this is a hopper botany bot. It should feed in down like this, like these ones do, because yeah. But it takes 5 minutes for this thing to grow, and I gave it a supremium hoe finally, but still, it's not actually growing any of these skulk shriekers, which is concerning. So I don't know what's going on with you. I've sat here, I've tested it for a little while, and still, nothing. Nothing. So I've been forced to resort to actually going out to a ancient city to actually go grab some of these guys. So let's go ahead and make these guys into the... Need more void shimmer go. Void shimmer. And I need this. Okay. I need... I'm actually probably only going to need 2 at the moment. So... do think I have... Yep, I do have one in here. And then this plus this equals this. And doot. Now we have 2. And thankfully, these can actually do all the tiers below it. So, like, if we were to place this right here, these would still turn into primal coal. So we're all good on that end. However, let me get just a random block real quick. Some moss, I guess, is fine. Put this guy right here. So he requires skulk or skulk catalysts. Now, thankfully, we do still have skulk. SCUL. We do still have skulk on autocraft, so that's not that bad. So we can just go boop. And then the next thing up for Just Dyers is just... we need the Blaze Gold to turn into Eclipse. And we get Eclipse from... How do we get Raw Eclipse? Raw Eclipse is blocks of netherite. Okay, so netherite. We don't have that much netherite. We might actually want to... Ooh, getting a little laggy. We might actually want to get some more growth of netherite here soon. But let's see how long it actually takes for this to spread. Okay, it turned, but you can also see it actually used up all that's in it to do that. Wow. So just 4 used up all the power in the Void Shadow Pulse goo. And this is my Silky, and right, I am. Hmm. Hmm. So, little thing about Just Dire things, they supposed to keep their inventories when you break them. But what happened was our block breaker, this guy, I had to move him at one point because he was like over here. So I moved him over here to the central area just to make it a little bit easier to break everything. And he had my fortune pick in him. Yeah, when I broke it, it then went into this item collector, which then went into the barrel, which then went into the AE system, and when I pulled him out of the AE system, the pick was gone. Or the Paxel was gone. I'm gonna borrow this real quick. So, because this is the only fortune I have. And just go ahead and break these. Alright, about 3. Still 3 times. That's not bad. So let's put this guy back in here for now. Let him continue on doing all that. But yeah, Raw Eclipse turns into Eclipse Alloy, which turns into its own materials. And then is there anything else? Advanced Swapper, which that's something we are going to need here in a minute. And the Paradox Machine. Okay, so yeah, fun. I guess I need to start building up my netherite supplies and add this into our machine here. And there we go. All of the goos have been upgraded to the Shadow Pulse goo, and they're going a little bit quicker on the lower levels. So like the coal, the primal coal, they go a little bit faster. But when it gets all the way up to the Eclipse coal, yeah, it's still a little slow. But we've actually completely finished up all of the Ferrocore, the Blaze Gold, the Celesti Gems, and the Eclipse Alloy. So those are all in stock. If we just look. Yeah, you can see those are all up to date, and we have the recipe to actually make them into ingots whenever we need to. So we're all good there on that front. We're just trying to catch up on the Void Flame. Oh wait, no, the Void Flame's all done. We're now getting Blaze Embers worked on. So if we look back here, you can see we got an extra stock of that. And now we're just working on getting this stock all the way up to 64. So, and it'll just tick down over time. But that's about it for this automation. Next up is actually going to be the time crystals, and I've kind of got it set up a little bit. I went through and I teleported over some of these budding amethysts using the advanced swappers, which if we just take one real quick, I can show you how it works. Here's the Ferrocore wrench, which is going to be something you need in order to do this, right? So you just right click on a block, or well, you right click on the advanced swapper. It's got power in it still. Only one of them needs to be powered, not both of them. But you right click on one, you then right click on the other, and it'll bind them together. And then the one with power, you take a button or a redstone signal, such as a lever, some way to give this a pulse. And when you press the button, boom, it swaps over. Now I have no idea why. Oh, that's why. Whoopsies. Let's bring that down. There we go. Apparently I had that, set differently. I didn't mean to have that set differently. But yeah, it will bring anything within the radius that you set, thanks to these guys, over to the new location. So This guy is set to each other, so we can actually just sit here and swap back and forth. And as you saw, it does sometimes break the crystals, but that's fine. We don't really care about the budding amethyst, or we don't care about the amethyst buds. We care about the budding amethyst. So all I have to do is give this guy some skulk, and these will actually turn into the budding time crystals. But that's gonna have to wait for next time because that's a whole process and I'm out of time. So I hope you're looking forward to that. I've been Dorkman191, and this has been All the Mods 10 Modded Minecraft. Bye, y'all.